What's going on, guys? Welcome to Tuesday's edition of the Cozy Cast. It is October 20th, 2020, and the NFL Week 6 just wrapped up. The MLB World Series is starting tonight, so some exciting stuff to talk about. But every Tuesday, I do my Athletes of the Week. So every week, I try to highlight three athletes that I think deserve a little extra. A little extra love or a little bit extra of a shout out, I should say, in a sense, because I just think there's so much going on usually that some athletes don't get the shine that they deserve, and this is what the segment's for. So let's get right into it. Player of the week number one, and we're going straight into the MLB since the World Series is tonight. Player of the week number one is Corey Seager. So if you guys don't know, the Dodgers just beat the Braves in 7 games to advance to the World Series, and Corey Seager was NLCS MVP. But his performance was incredible. He had one of the best postseason series anyone has ever had, and this is coming off of a 2019 season where he barely played because he got injured. I mean, this is a comeback story. In sports, we love stories, and this is one of the best comeback stories, in a very long time. That and Alex Smith, just incredible. He had 5 home runs and 11 RBIs, broke every single NLCS record previously, and he batted .310. This is made even sweeter considering the fact that Corey Seager wasn't there for the Dodgers in 2017 when they lost the NLCS to the Cubs. He wasn't there. So that just shows how much of an impact he had. And the fact that, this series was decided by 1 run and he had 5 home runs and 11 RBIs tells you all you need to know. Inspiring. On top of it, it would be inspiring and an incredible story either way, and he'd probably get player of the week either way. But the fact that he just had such a fight back and a road back, and he comes out and performs like this is just amazing. So Corey Seager, shout out to you, player of the week number 1. Player of the week number 2 goes out to Vikings wide receiver Justin Jefferson. Now, he was 9 for 11, so he had 9 catches on 11 targets for 166 yards and 2 touchdowns. And he's a rookie. I mean, you have to think, like, the Vikings, although they're not a great team, they lost Stephon Diggs, arguably their best wide receiver. I always thought he was their second best. I always thought Thielen was just a bit better, a little more reliable and consistent. But they lost a top-tier receiver in Diggs, and they replaced it with this rookie, and Justin Jefferson is balling out. Not only that, I mean, he was not ranked, above, a few wide receivers in his draft class. I mean, this was considered one of the best wide receiver draft classes, like ever, with Jerry Jeudy, CeeDee Lamb, Jalen Reagor, all these guys. And so far through 6 weeks, Justin Jefferson has been playing the best. And I understand that's probably because, the Vikings offense is set up that way, and they're used to having, wide receivers carry a big load of the offense. But he's doing his job. I mean, ever since, LSU, he scored 4 touchdowns in the championship game. I mean, this dude's a baller, and he's been a baller since college. He makes the big catches in the big moments. He has breakaway speed, and he deserves some recognition. I mean, he's doing a great job, and consistently, he's been doing it all year. I mean, right now as a rookie, he's the number 6 wide receiver in fantasy football. He deserves a shout out. Great job, Justin Jefferson, player of the week number 2. And then player of the week number 3 goes to the King, Derrick Henry. Boy, is he fun to watch. I mean, if I were to break it down to a few players in the NFL that I feel like are must watches or just fun to watch, Derrick Henry is definitely up there. And we don't see this very often in the NFL. I mean, we see it in the NBA a lot. But I feel like we don't see it in the NFL very often, and that is just a purely dominant player. Like, I think, and I can make an argument that Derrick Henry is the most dominant player in the NFL currently. I mean, he's so big, quick, strong, and the Titans' offense is, centered around him. And Tannehill's been playing great. Don't get me wrong. Like, Tannehill deserves credit. Look at Tannehill's stats compared to some of the top tier quarterbacks in the league. He's doing his job. Tennessee's balling out, but Derrick Henry's the focal point of that offense, and he cannot be stopped. So in week 6, if you're wondering how he did performance-wise, he ran for 212 yards with 2 touchdowns. That's his third or fourth 200-yard game since 2018. That's insane. That's so good. He fits perfectly in Tennessee. I'm so happy to see him balling out and doing so good. But my player of the week, number 3, goes to Derrick Henry. If you have a chance, watch the Tennessee Titans this week. I don't think they're on a bye. I think they play. But watch them this week. I think they already have their bye. Watch them this week just to watch Derrick Henry run over people. It's incredible. Super exciting. But yeah, shout out to those 3 guys, Corey Seager, Justin Jefferson, and Derrick Henry. Shout out to y'all, my athletes of the week.